Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. There's a ton of new information and rumors circulating around in the leaking community for Dead by Daylight. And the craziest thing that I've heard is this Star Wars in Dead by Daylight rumor in the DBDLeaks server. We're going to go over a bunch of new information. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. I also am streaming Open Lobby Dead by Daylight and Fortnite on Twitch right now. Link for my Twitch in the description below. So let's go over this. This is in the rumors tab of the DBDLeaks Discord. Remember that the rumors tab should be taken with a grain of salt, and these are actually not really confirmed things, but here's all the information presented. Given recent leaks validating the rumors that the 2v8 will be Resident Evil themed, the following seem potentially more feasible. Remember that some/all of this could be proven false and to take it with a grain of salt. March is Tokyo Ghoul. Could open the door for further anime chapters depending on how it performs. Will include a female legendary skin for the killer. FNAF's chapter will have Springtrap as the killer and Michael Afton as the survivor. Springtrap will use an axe as a weapon and will be in some way related to his power. This power will be ranged. Map is inspired by FNAF but somewhat original. There will be a FNAF tome. Lore present in it will be canon to FNAF. Scott is closely involved with the development of the chapter. Chapter after anniversary will be Jurassic World, not Park. Killer will be an Indoraptor. Power will involve camouflage in some way. Chapter will come with a survivor and a map. Cry of Fear leak was not true. Candyman is blacklisted by behavior and will never come to Dead by Daylight. One chapter was canned after development started a few years ago. Stranger Things and solo chapters, killer/survivor only chapters, are not going to receive future content. D&D was obtained to establish connection with Hasbro. Behavior has contacted Riot Games in the past. April's solo survivor as well as future content is/was at risk for cancellation if leaked. The April solo survivor is supposed to be an original survivor, so I'm not sure why that would actually be canceled. Capcom wants a third Resident Evil chapter. Wesker will receive a cosmetic coming soon. In development, Nemesis originally had a power similar to Wesker's. Capcom wanted zombies to be included. The following information is from the same source during a Q&A they did in chat. There will be a Death Note cosmetic collab. Stephen King knows of DBD but isn't interested. Behavior wanted Beetlejuice content but they were unable to get it. Reiteration that solo character chapters like Lara Croft or Alan Wake will not receive more content. They directly asked license holders for a Lara Croft sweater but were denied. Reiteration that Stranger Things will not receive new content. Clarified that there is a chance for the next season, unlikely. Demogorgon at one point was going to receive a legendary cosmetic. Hasbro is open to further collaboration with Behavior. Terrifier is interested in joining DBD. Behavior wants Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen collab. FromSoft, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Elden Ring has never been in contact with Behavior. Behavior is still actively interested in Jason and Friday the 13th. Further Valve collabs, Half-Life Porto won't happen due to them being profitless. Valve requires their content to be given for free, not sold. Unknown will receive a Blighted outfit in October of this year. Disney was interested in adding Star Wars Vader to DBD. Behavior was against adding content from the films, insisted on old Legends material if anything. Massive free update to DBD is incoming, not cosmetic, balance, or DLC related. Another band collab is coming. Slenderman will not come to DBD anytime soon. Capcom specifically wants a third Resident Evil chapter to involve the Baker family. Swamp rework still not in the works. Wow, so there's a lot of rumors and things to unpack here actually. These are the rumors that are in the DBDLeaks Discord. It's really interesting to see the possibility that Disney wanted to add Darth Vader into DBD. Behavior seems to kind of know their audience and know that this is kind of far away from horror, and they insist on using the old Legends material if anything because this is actually more horror based. A big shout out and thanks to Slenderman Worshipper from my Discord community for bringing this to my attention. The book that they're referring to for this possible Disney collab is called Star Wars Death Troopers. Check this out. Death Troopers is a Star Wars novel written by Joe Schreiber. Schreiber's idea was to create a horror story in the Star Wars universe that pulled from horror movies he enjoyed such as The Shining and Alien. The novel was the first Star Wars horror story since the Galaxy of Fear series released in the late 1990s. Death Troopers was released on October 13, 2009 and is set just before the event shown in A New Hope, which is pretty interesting. And actually I think there's alternate timelines, or maybe these things actually exist in the same universe because Rogue One is the story that takes place right before A New Hope. Are these two stories mutually exclusive? I'm not really sure. And would Disney actually want this sort of content promoted and licensed into DVD? I'm not really sure either, because they definitely want to focus on their new characters in stories like Rogue One and the original trilogy probably. Would you want to see Darth Vader come into DBD at some point? Let me know in the comment section below. I looked this up online and there's a lot of visuals actually for this Death Trooper series. this. It's sort of like zombie stormtroopers in this apocalypse. And there's even some gameplay of this because someone made a Star Wars horror fan game based on the Death Troopers novel. Death Troopers features zombie stormtroopers and a virus-induced outbreak on an Imperial prison ship. It heavily leans into body horror, survival horror, and gore. A Death Trooper commander as a killer could have a plague-like ability that spreads infection to survivors. So do we think that Disney likely proposed Darth Vader or someone like Boba Fett or even some other Sith Lord like Palpatine or Darth Maul as a killer? Behavior may have responded and said they only prefer horror licenses. So Behavior might have looked for something that fits Dead by Daylight's horror atmosphere and found something that actually has a horror story in Star Wars. So this made me question, because Darth Vader is one of the most iconic villains of all time. Not really horror, definitely more of a sci-fi space opera or drama. However, if this does take place before the events of A New Hope, could they still bring in Darth Vader? Because technically Darth Vader is still alive during the story. That is to say that there is this storyline of an Imperial prison ship that actually has a virus on it in the story Death Troopers, and since it's right before A New Hope, Darth Vader does exist in this universe. Does that mean that Darth Vader, or actually the events from the original trilogy, could somehow be incorporated in a chapter if they were to do this? Although Darth Vader exists in the Death Troopers universe, he never encounters the events of the novel. So if Behavior wanted Death Troopers in DBD, Vader would likely be acknowledged as a greater part of the world, but wouldn't necessarily be the killer in the chapter. If there was a map brought in, there could be references to Darth Vader and other elements of the Star Wars films. And in fact, the story Death Troopers does feature Han Solo and Chewbacca. They're major characters in this story, and this book sort of shows their adventures in this apocalyptic world before A New Hope. Anyways, I thought all of that was really interesting. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. We also got more information about the Jurassic franchise from 27X in my Discord server. Does Jurassic have a map, and if it does, is it Jurassic Park or world related? It's both tying both franchises. So this alleged leaker, who we're still trying to figure out if they're legit or not, is saying that it's actually going to be a mix of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Also, do we think that this comment right here adds any validity to their story? Freddy's rework, what can you share about that in any way? I don't know much about it, but the reason why Houndmaster can use search or completed gens has something to do with Freddy, I think. And during the Freddy Krueger rework, we can actually see that Freddy can now teleport to completed gens. This is exactly the same as the Houndmaster's mechanic. So it seems like it's possible that 2017X has said something that has now come true. They also said that Deep Wound was survivor-sided change. I don't really know if you'd consider the Deep Wound status effect change to be survivor-sided. It's more of just like a visual update to the actual effect. So some people actually consider this to be a red flag. But then 2017X just reiterated right here on the 8th of this month, the Freddy rework can teleport to finish gens, he can. So 2017X is saying that this actually makes them credible. Do you know what the Wesker cosmetics will be? If you can describe them, I heard two possibilities. Lab coat or jacketless, one of those two. They actually revealed more information that we can fact check later on. Any info on Behavior's characters going to other games. Trapper is going to be in COD soon. I was hoping for even more Chucky cosmetics or Chucky in 2v8 or something. Wesker is coming to 2v8 next iteration. He's the first licensed one. This was said on January 1st of this year. The first word we ever heard of the Resident Evil 2v8 theme was on January 8th of this year, and that's because that's when the PTB was, so that's when the files were data mined from the game files. This is when it first appeared in DBDLeaks right here, which means that 2017X has now said that Wesker is going to be the first licensed killer to ever come into 2v8, and that was on January 2nd before any of this was public information. We're sort of getting confirmation of that in the game files. And someone actually pointed this out on Twitter, and I think that the timing of this is very relevant. Like, are we starting to believe the 2017X leaks more and more? Let me know in the comment section below. Would you consider that a lucky guess? Ruthless Leaks added on to this information too. Resident Evil bundles for the Killer and Survivor will be available the following week after the next mid-chapter release. So could that hint towards when the next 2v8 is going to be coming out? Maybe the mid-chapter releases, they release these Resident Evil bundles, and then they announce a 2v8 Resident Evil themed event. And this would all be before the announcement of the March licensed Tokyo Ghoul. And could we speculate from here that this is the reason why they haven't announced the Tokyo Ghoul chapter yet? They didn't announce it early in December, and they didn't announce it during multiple opportunities during the 10-year anniversary of the Tokyo Ghoul anime show. Maybe they want to promote this Resident Evil event and even release some new skins, and then they plan on announcing the Tokyo Ghoul collaboration after that. Because typically Behavior likes to focus on one release at a time. So maybe that would suggest that there might be some legendary skins in the bundles. So that right there is sort of just my guess on the situation. There's no leaker actually advocating for that. That's kind of just an educated guess. Dweet posted this as well. During the official PTB rundown, they further confirmed that Freddy will not receive cosmetics, voice lines, nor chase music in this live update. They further said they can't do anything about it. Before you Quentin Copians come in here too, yes, that means him too. When Ruthless Leaks teased upcoming content in that photo, there actually was no Robert Englund in the photo. People at first thought it was Robert Englund, but then they actually determined determined it is a Resident Evil skin. So Dweet is pretty much confirming here that Robert Englund is not coming in with the new mid-chapter update, and that comes with the Freddy Krueger rework. It's not going to come with Robert Englund. Ruthless Leaks has never said that Robert Englund was coming in. That's what people thought he was teasing, but he wasn't. And then recall from my previous video, Slugmo was trying to do a rundown of 2017X's leaks. One of the points listed was Freddy Krueger rework will likely have a Robert Englund skin, and 2017X said didn't hear about that. So 2017X has never said that Robert Englund was coming in with Freddy. What I'm getting around to is all of the sources seem to be sort of checking out with that right now. It's not like Ruthless or 2017X actually said the Robert Englund skin's coming in with Freddy and we can debunk all of their rumors from their sources. They all check out that Robert Englund is not coming to DBD. I also saw this online too from 6 months ago. Why is the Wes Craven estate being so ridiculous and not allowing more Freddy movies? Jason Blum, the creator of Blumhouse, says he's a big Nightmare fan and has been trying to produce a new Freddy movie for a long time, but the rights belong to the Wes Craven estate, and they demand a ridiculous, insane amount of money to license Freddy, apparently more than any production would likely be able to make back. That's why we haven't seen another Freddy movie. Craven's estate is probably demanding $100+ million for the rights, and no one would make their money back. I don't know what the actual amount of money is, it's just a crazy high number that no producer is willing to pay. So instead, the rights are being held hostage and the Craven estate gets nothing since they're being so greedy. This is just something that I saw on Reddit that someone was saying, so this is not necessarily confirmed. Although if this was true, this would make sense for why we're not able to get the original version of Freddy Krueger into DBD. So there's a whole bunch of crazy rumors. Star Wars coming to DBD, or at least that was in the talks, and Behavior wanting a horror version of Star Wars. Jack Baker, third Resident Evil chapter for DBD. This is sort of the final thing that I wanted to show in this video. If you see this image floating around, it is a fake. The second image uses the same text for the teaser. The third image, the same pose background just made using a model. So Ruthless Leaks probably had this sent to him and just wanted to show this on his Twitter. I'm going to show the screenshots right now. These are actually fake images, fake leaks. If you see them, they're not real. It's not true. This is not a real leak. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. And a reminder, I'm also live on Twitch right now streaming Open Lobby DBD and then Open Lobby Fortnite. The link for my Twitch is in the description below. That does it for this video. Goodbye.